Everybody, welcome back to another video here on the Point Three podcast. We are your favorite trio of hosts, Lou, Spider Brando, and myself, Hero Scroll. If you haven't yet, make sure you subscribe to us here on YouTube. But, gentlemen, we are a little more than 12 hours removed from receiving the Fantastic Four First Steps trailer, and the internet and us included have been a buzz. We've been talking about this trailer most of the day, right? And I can't help but feel like I'm still a little more excited for Superman than I am Fantastic Four. And I think the main reason this stems from is that I was thinking about it and I'm like, man, it's kind of crazy that we are about 4 months away from these films.
Three?
And three? Okay,
Yeah.
about 3 months away from these films. And in one teaser trailer that released a couple months ago, Superman still has me where it took a teaser and a full official trailer for Fantastic Four to finally get me excited. So, gentlemen, I kind of wanted to check in with you guys. Are you more excited for Superman or Fantastic Four?
I will start it off. And as much as I've been thinking about this all day and seeing comments online of people kind of like flip flopping of what they're more excited for, I'm still going with Superman. I watched the Superman teaser trailer and the sneak peek at least like once or twice a day just because I love it so much. And I'm like, damn, this is great. And the score gets me. After that first Fantastic Four teaser trailer came out, I've probably watched it like 3 times since then. Like, it was good, but this one may have changed that a little bit. I might be watching this daily just to hold me over, but I'm still, I have to say, I'm more excited for Superman just because it's fresh, and as fresh as this will be for like the Fantastic Four that we've seen, it's still confined to the Marvel Cinematic Universe that's all over the place at the very moment. And who's to say if this cast is even going to be the Fantastic Four in like 3 years from now? So that kind of dwindles my hype a little bit. After Doomsday and Secret Wars, they might just be done. Whereas we know we'll probably get David and that Superman and DCU for at least a 5-year plan. And hopefully it works out after everything we've seen so far with the Superman footage that we have gotten and Supergirl and those set photos and kind of just talks about the whole DCU in general. I think it's just kind of more hype for that aspect of the future of Superman and stuff. Because then we'll probably have to get reinvested into a new Fantastic Four team in a couple years and Galactus and just gonna redo everything for like the 4th time in 20 years, which is probably the same Superman, but this one will be David will be there to stay for longer, in my opinion. So I'm a little more hyped for that, long term wise, and just short term wise. That trailer, the teaser one, was a banger. Like that could have been a trailer one, to be honest. But
I mean, Lou, before you kind of say your thoughts, to your point, SB, they are about the same in length. So just throwing that out there.
Oh yeah,
The-
like
the
this
teaser
trailer
trailer.
one to the teaser. Yeah.
Yeah, for Superman's
what I'm
teaser,
saying.
they're about the same in length. So
It's flip flopped. I do want to give Marvel some, as a marketer myself, I do want to give Marvel some props for dropping the Thunderbolts trailer. They had Daredevil, Thunderbolts trailer, and a Fantastic Four trailer between Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, the day before Superman Day on Friday, October 18th. That's
April.
They're really doing what I feel like that just shows right there that they're trying to dilute the hype themselves because they don't want everybody to be talking about Superman. And it's funny that this trailer has just got more people to talk about Superman. Like we're doing right now.
If that was the plan for them to kind of pull eyes away from Superman, I don't think it worked. I don't think it was strong enough to make that many waves. And there's a couple of reasons for that. And I think, SB, you were alluding to Fantastic Four. There are sins of the MCU that are just like floating over that movie that kind of are stopping people from giving them all of themselves as a superhero fan to the movie. And I really think you could. But to your point, like, we know that there's another movie coming right after this. We know that the main antagonist of the team is not so far going to be in this movie. He's going to be in an Avengers movie for a different team. We know that we're missing core pieces. There's the whole Silver Surfer aspect of things that have kind of come into play that people are still harping on. Like, there's some nitpicky things that are actually pretty loud on the internet that surround the Fantastic Four. And it took an official trailer to put it on par with a teaser trailer for Superman. There's some very comparable themes. We did a video why these movies matter, and there's a lot of elements of hope. We have new world building, we have new settings, new characters, different fresh takes that align with kind of their source material. Those are all good things, but Superman just gives you that open road, full throttle, all in, back to basics, but it's a foundational movie for an entire universe where Fantastic Four isn't positioned in that. And for as much as that could have hurt Superman, it also put it on the spectrum of, if they get that trailer right, it's going to be massive. And they got it right. And it was massive. And the inclusion, not just of Superman, but you had Lex. Huge. That's Reed Doom, in my opinion. I mean, you just don't have it. But then you get the Lantern potential tie-in. You get your Hawkgirl tie-in. You get your Mr. Terrific tie-in. Like, you have other heroes, and then more world building, and then you have kind of the love story aspect. Like, there's so many cool things for the Superman trailer that they showed. Teaser, whatever. I'm calling it a trailer. I just think it was awesome and awe-inspiring. And I do believe that right now Superman is more appealing to the wider range of fans, from your hardcore to your general. But at the same time, Fantastic Four doesn't have like the Snyder group kind of going after it. But like, bro, the Superman trailer just really kind of quelled all that Snyder noise for the most part, where people were like, it's not good. And like, bro, come on, like, watch the trailer. You can't, like, it falls apart. It falls apart. The arguments against Superman, to me, they've gotten quieter and quieter and quieter. And I think people are just accepting the fact that, like, to this point, it's awesome.
Yeah. It really feels like there's this not weird, but there's a pressure for Fantastic Four to prove itself to people, where Superman doesn't have that overall. And it could be that it's a fresh take on the DCU. It's probably a giant mix of things, like the trailer being different. And people knowing that James Gunn is at the helm, for a lot of people, I think, has really calmed them down. For some people, knowing that it's a figure that they trust in that position. The transparency, as we've talked about before, helps also so much. Where, as for Fantastic Four, up until this last trailer, we didn't know a whole lot about it. Like, we found out so many things through Deadline and Variety and all these other like news outlets.
Daniel RPK.
Yeah, Daniel RPK. Like, so many rumors and stuff going around, where Superman, it's like we're getting DC posting about it. James Gunn is posting about it. Like, we are getting
artists.
We're getting like official accounts telling us this is what it is, versus like other official accounts, but that aren't Marvel. And I think that does ultimately hurt it, because it feels like they're rolling out the red carpet treatment for Superman. And Fantastic Four it should be getting that treatment as well.
Yep.
But they're not really. Like, you would think that they'd be like, hey, Fantastic Four, you are literally the thing that saved Marvel and like started this generation of superheroes for them.
I do think, though, that Marvel does have to they have to balance themselves a little more with Daredevil promotion and Thunderbolts promotion, because I know as important as Fantastic Four is gonna be, they can't let people forget about those products or those also and kinda let them bypass. I do think after Thunderbolts is done with, kinda like how, like, as soon as Daredevil ended, they're like, "Here, drop Thunderbolts. Here's Fantastic Four." I think that's when we'll get, like, the true Fantastic Four press sequence
Yeah.
and
I
kinda,
don't
like, fully go in on those 2 months.
I don't
But here you
real
go, Will, sorry.
I was gonna go real quick just to the point, like, I get that. I really do. But at some point, you gotta look at the bigger picture, and your moneymaker is Fantastic Four. Your moneymaker is not Daredevil. Your moneymaker is not Thunderbolts. They can be great, and one was great, and the other one, jury's out. But Fantastic Four, for your summer movie, literally 2 weeks after Superman, like, we're in the home stretch, and for them to be playing it safe, which I really think they are, of like, oh, you know what, Daredevil, go ahead. Oh, Thunderbolts, your turn. You're first. We'll wait until we have 1 month to go. The MCU is not in a position to where they can do that. They're not in a position where they can build off of almost 100 years of history. Although, to Hero's point and your guys' point, at the time for Stanley and Jack Kirby around the time, it did save superheroes and brought a new dynamic to really put an influx into the industry. I get all those things. But we're watching Superman being like, can Superman be that guy again? No one's saying about, will Fantastic Four be that team again? And I think to that point, I almost wish, SB, that they would have just let Daredevil ride. Daredevil was made on its own. The Netflix piece, not Disney, Netflix made Daredevil super interesting. Thunderbolts, I'm sorry. I don't think people still care. Go on Marvel Entertainment. It has 2.1 million views, and it's been out for how many days
Almost
or hours or something
20,
like,
at least 24 hours.
like
Over 24. 2 days, I think now.
that's
Yeah.
that sucks. Like, that's less than 100,000 views per hour, which, I mean, no
Fantastic
offense,
Four is
but
like 1 million per hour at this current rate at the time of recording.
and they're both well pacing behind Superman. So I don't know. Just for me, like, I get it, and I wish it was a perfect world. This movie needed more of a push into what we've been seeing this whole time. We've needed more. And I don't think it's a shock that people didn't feel this is on par with Superman until the first official trailer came out, which a year and a half ago would have been kind of crazy to say.
And the thing also is that, and I think we've talked about this before on the pod, where Superman has just beaten Fantastic Four. And I'm not just talking about like the team. I'm talking about like the studios in general. It's beaten them to the punch in literally everything. Like, Fantastic Four has not done anything that Superman didn't do first. And honestly, Superman did everything else better, because they're like, hey, you want a costume reveal? Okay, we're going to drop it on a random Valentine's Day. Okay, I mean, it was cool, but whatever. Then Superman, they're like, hey, you want a costume reveal? Okay, we'll give
Honestly,
it to
I
you.
forgot all about that art already. Now that we got
Yeah.
these trailers, I'm like, I completely forgot that
Yeah.
they did all that stuff with Fantastic Four.
But Superman, they're like, hey, here's like an official costume reveal with the character, like the actual person.
Made
Here
people
you
go
go.
crazy. Be like, dude, why is
Yeah.
he just putting his boots on there?
Yeah. You got key art. Yeah, randomly, but you got some cool key art. Fantastic Four, it was like you would occasionally get it and it would kind of be like kind of meh and very much whatever. Again, Superman just beat it to the punch in everything, and it's gonna beat it again when it comes out. And then people are gonna be fresh off that. And if the movie comes out and it's really good, people are going to go into Fantastic Four to tear the movie down. That sucks for it. And I hate that. I really do hate that. but I do think that there's going to be a larger set of fans that are going to walk in. And even if the movie is an 8.5 out of 10, but Superman's a 9 out of 10, it's going to get dragged through the mud.
It's going to cause huge social media war. I'm scared for July.
Dude, I mean, here's the thing though, is like when we do get to July and we're in the true home stretch for these movies, the hard part is there's going to be buildup, and whatever Fantastic Four does and whatever the internet compares to, it's only going to help put more butts in seats for Superman, because people are going to want to be a part of the superhero war. They're going to want to be able to go on social media and be like, I like this one over that one.
Yep.
And that, I think, was genius from DC Studios' standpoint. Obviously, they have a game plan and they know what they're doing, which, again, perception is going to matter. And if they can get that retro 60s futuristic vibe down, Fantastic Four is going to feel like a copycat. I know we were talking about it in Discord, and I thought it was really interesting, but like the act of saving a child is done differently between these two movies. They're going to do very similar things. Hope is going to be front and center in both of these freaking movies from beginning to end. But you're going to have one character who that's the symbol on his chest, and then you're going to have another team that has a symbol on their chest, and both can get them right. However, it's going to be the little things. They're going to go 10 rounds. They're going to go 12 rounds. It's going to be up to the judges. And let's be honest, one's going to probably have the fresher feel, which typically is what tips most reviews and ratings over the edge. And Superman gets first crack.
Yeah. And I think for those watching us and listening to us, if you hear us and think, oh, wow, they're not excited for Fantastic Four, that is so far from the truth. We are very excited for both movies and think very well both movies could be the best that both studios have to offer, right, overall, and just the best things that they've come out with in a long time, but also potentially ever, depending on how it's done. Both of these movies have that potential. It's just, unfortunately, Fantastic Four is lagging behind a little bit. So, Marvel, think like Reed, stretch yourself out, get in front of Superman. Do it. Make it more interesting for us. That's all we want.
Oh, this is going to be super interesting to watch. Like it's going to pick up quick, and we are going to be here for it. Y'all need to be here at the Point 3 podcast, because we are keeping our ear to the ground and giving you what we've really been collecting from across the internet, local circles, internets are like getting as deep as we can with this, because I think this is going to be a once in a lifetime event that is about to happen in a few months that we've never seen before, and we may never see again. Like, if you can find out, that's the thing for all of you watching. Find me a better comparison or superhero war. 2 movies that released within 2 months that went head to head and were refresh and revamps of previously failed projects for a live action superhero comic book movie. Please find it. And if you can, maybe we'll send you some Point 3 merch or something.
Yeah.
Spider-Man, you can't enter.
I know.
So
But I do know
wait.
one movie. Not
What?
one movie, but I know I was thinking 2 movies that the last time we did get like this close of DC and Marvel movies.
Barbenheimer doesn't count.
Yeah.
I know. I was gonna say Batman vs Superman and Civil War. Those were like 2 months apart in 2016.
2 months?
But yeah, Batman and
okay.
Superman was March, and Civil War was May. But
Okay.
now there's 2 months, not like 2 weeks like Superman
Yeah.
and DC is. We haven't had that in a while.
I was gonna say the thing is,
I
the
think
2
ever.
months for a theater run is like a lifetime ago.
Oh yeah,
Oh.
yeah.
Yeah.
2 months
That's
apart.
close. Okay. Last thing for you guys. What does the Fantastic Four have to do for you guys to close the gap in your mind with the Superman movie?
Galactus wins.
Yeah,
Ooh.
I like it.
Okay. Okay.
I think it, and I don't know just what exactly this would be, but I think it just needs to do something that Superman hasn't done already. Again, don't and I that sounds like a cop out, but I promise it's not. I just need something from it that I didn't see Superman do first. If you could do that, I think it'll reach its way ahead of Superman.
My only thought would be if Franklin is in this movie, that we get something from him. Because I think that's the one unknown that people are like, who, what, where, when, why? That I think if it's like badass enough or cool enough or something, which I don't, based on the vibes, I don't think it would be. But if they give us that shock and surprise and it has something to do with, then we're going to be like, oh, this movie's going to span more time. This movie, like, it's going to open the door for like more intrigue and interest to be like, maybe this isn't as predictable as a lot of people are trying to make it out to be.
Yeah.
I think that could be something, but either way, y'all, we're eating good. We are eating good.
Really good.
So with that, everyone, though, let us know your thoughts. Again, challenge is still out there, but let us know who is winning the race so far for you in terms of the Super Summer. Is it Superman for you, or is it Fantastic Four after the drop of the official trailer? Let us know in the comments below. And of course, if you want to speak on this more, talk with us at the Point 3 Podcast, jump on over to Discord. But everyone, we'll see you in the next one. But until then, 3 things that you have to keep doing that we always do. Maybe I'll get the order right this time. Spider Brando, hit it with us so I don't mess up, man. Let the people know. You got to keep watching. You got to keep reading. You got to keep nerding out. We'll see y'all later.